How do you want to be challenged when you think something is worth pursuing?
I think once you've achieved certain things that are understood as being career milestones, which are wonderful, you've got to then be terrified. Sounds negative, but I think it's that sense of adrenaline that you get by bungee jumping into an unknown place. And I think a good script, a good creative conversation puts you in that zone, I think, and that's what keeps you alive to the work, I think.
If my people break the law, they shall be punished.
She's played royalty.
Charlotte Gray.
She's played spies. And she's played a mythical being from the imagination of a master storyteller. But she's done more than charm critics and audiences with her acting versatility and dedication to her craft. Off-screen, she's a style and beauty icon, a wife and mother.
To create and help foster creative classrooms.
And an avid supporter of the Sydney Theatre Company, of which her husband is the artistic director.
You have a real love for stage, don't you?
I do. I mean, it's, you know, you're thrown to the lions, but I think that's really exciting. You're acutely aware of your audience and whether you're actually reaching them or not reaching them, which you can often forget in film. There are always people who are working beyond their comfort zone. And I think it's, and the media places a very sort of big spotlight on those that fail, who have succeeded in the past. And I think it's, for me as an actor, I don't know in all professions, but you need to develop a thick enough skin to withstand that gauntlet that you run with the media, that sense of public shame, of failure. You have to keep risking that and develop the thick skin whilst having a very thin skin in relationship to your work, because as an actor, it's all about being open and sensitive and available and vulnerable, but then at the same time, you need to know which voices to buffer off and which ones to listen to, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. How do you learn to do that, especially in this day and age with social media being what it is? You know, anything is magnified to such a scale.
You don't participate in social media. Yeah. I don't know that. I mean, we were all just talking about it this morning. It's sort of. Anyone who's in relationship to young children and teenagers is acutely aware of the costs, you know, and the addictive nature of it. But I think, and more in answer to your question, I think that it's, you just need to know when to participate and when not to.
When I was doing research on you, I kept seeing, even by the most respected movie or theatre critics, as they were writing about your work in Blue Jasmine, how powerful of a performance it was, especially at a time, at an age when women's leading roles such as that, meaty roles, are few and far between. And what angered me about that was, so what, you hit a certain age and then what, you just disappear into the ether?
I mean, the media is a very conservative place. Mainstream media is a very conservative place, I think, and I don't think that's the feeling on the street. I think that women, as consumers of culture, are the largest consumers of culture. The film made, you know, blew all those box office records. My goodness, say all the male critics, who would have thunk a female story would make money? But it's just, it happens all the time. And it's just, why are we still refusing to see the fact that films with women at the centre make money? There
was a time when the dream for you was to play Lucy from Peanuts.
Oh, I know.
Right? What would you tell that young girl who had those dreams to live that magical life? What would you tell her today, knowing what you know now, what she didn't know then?
I think it's important not to know what I know now. I think it's so, I think that what is fantastic when you're around kids who are alive and confident. I don't mean arrogant, I mean confident and engaged and open, is that they don't have that sense of consequence. And I think it's the sense of, I could do that, or I want to do that. But I mean, I think it's probably about self-respect. I think it's not so much about what you say yes to, it's what you say no to. I'm not interested in building a career as such. I'm more interested in the experience, quite, you know, an adventurous spirit. And I wanted to, whatever I did, the most important thing to me was to work with people that I respected and to have the respect of my peers. That was what I said to myself when I was 17. But what I actually did was secondary. And hopefully I'm, you know, achieving or coming some way close to achieving those goals. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big one on giving advice to younger people because there's no point, really.
Cate Blanchett, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much.